Okay, today we're going to do a bit of a project on the bike and see if we can get my number plate on the side, like a side mounted number plate, as inspired by the American style Harleys. And I've come down to Nottingham to see my mate Ollie, as he's very good with these kind of things, and see if we can do it over the weekend. And here the guys are now.
Tempted to maybe put it a little bit of a pitch further back.
So the plate is going to go right there by the shock at the bottom, as inspired by Del Boy's Garage. I'll put a link on here to his videos.
Yeah, that's only bolted on.
So let's see how it goes. What are you up to now, Ollie?
I'm just measuring the diameter of this the spindle here. Just make sure we've got a bit of play in it. So when we cut the hole, it's not going to be too tight, it's not going to be too loose, so that's alright. It's coming in about 24mm. I'm going to measure the top one as well, because this is the one it's going to sit over. So again, just make sure there's a little bit of play in it. 28.2. It's always good just to have the mass behind you so you know you're not going to make a copy. And distance between these two as well. That'll do us for his measuring at the minute. We've got his first template cut out, ready to check the sizes. Let's get it over the top. There we go. Nice neat fit. It's a little loose over the top there, but we can sort that out before we make anything. But where it's about to sit is going to be pretty much there. Nice. This is going to be moving up and down, and it's going to be flexing backwards and forwards, so we don't want to cause this any stress on the bottom of the shock. I mean, all it's going to do is just rub. I mean, this metal's soft enough so it won't take much of a battering, but the only trouble is once it's painted and all looking nice, when it starts knocking, it'll look flaky and it might look a bit messy. So at least we can see where we're going with that one. So yeah, I wasn't a million miles off with that first line there, and then we need to keep it in line with this one, so we're going to do a fold somewhere across there, keeping it in line. And that's only a rough guess. I'll get my trusty ruler out and we'll have a look.
Okay, Ollie, we've cut out the cardboard template, and just run me through what we've done.
This is the first draft. Let's see what it looks like. We've got the holes pretty much where we need them to be. We've got the spacing along the top so it doesn't interfere with the shock at all. We've got a nice shape around the bottom of here so it doesn't look too scruffy, too untidy. And I've only just roughly penciled in a line where we're going to be folding to. So
it's going to fold over, and that's where the plate's going to go.
Yeah, it's going to bend up that way, and then we're going to weld the other plate onto
and where's the here's the plate. So run us through quickly what we're going to do with this as well. What we were just talking about.
We've got a bit of 1.5mm steel there for the number plate to sit on. We're going to keep it nice and neat, very simple. Keep it up to the edge. We're going to cut along the side here, and we're going to keep a peak on the top here, roughly penciled in, sort of up there somewhere, and we're just going to fold that over the top of the number plate so it looks nice and snug.
Excellent.
And sitting in place.
So how are you going to cut it? Are you going to be using this?
I'm going to use that to cut it. Just go straight up that line, give ourselves a little bit of play with it so we can see what the number plate looks like.
Yeah.
We might just bring it in a fraction of a mil just to give it that little bit of a lip, so it doesn't look like it's just a number plate stuck out or anything like that.
Yeah.
And then we'll start looking at shaping the top a little bit. Could do with a flexi curve or something to get a nice round curve in it. So that's where we're going to go. And you're going to do the cutting.
Am I? Okay. Oh dear. That's where it all goes wrong.
with the blade, because of the thickness, you need to sort of take into account. So when you start cutting, ideally you want to be aiming your blade a little bit.
What, put it down like that, or do I have?
Yeah. So when you're cutting, you literally, where that sits there, if you aim. Sure we've got this cardboard template that we made earlier. We started to cut out a bit of metal ready for the template to match over. As you can see, we've already started to do a bit of a rough cut to start with. So you can see it's lining up quite nicely. Some loose edges to trim up. Take the hole out a little bit more using a good old-fashioned half-round file. We'll get there eventually. And then we're just going to take this edge down a little bit more, keep it nice and trim, put a nice smooth edge on, and we're ready to go.
Nice.
So we'll carry on with that, and we'll see. We've got the first template cut out and mounted. See, it's a nice snug fit, there's no movement. And we're going to just have a look at mounting the, getting the plate there. Put a nice little fold in the metal down the side here. But that's roughly sort of where it's going to be sitting. Might move the plating once this is bent, move it in a fraction so that it sits in nice and snug under the back arch there. But other than that, we're not looking too bad.
Yeah, looking in good shape.
Plenty of clearance so that it's not going to rub on the shop. So
that's really good.
Hey, it might bloody get done this weekend. Flying along.
Ploughing, yeah. So there we go, we've gone from the cardboard cutout that we did about an hour ago, and we've folded it down and had it mounted on the bike, and it's a perfect fit. So just going to tidy it up now.
Tidy these edges up there.
Get it a bit more snug against the cardboard cutout, then we'll be looking at folding it.
It is only tape.
Okay, we've managed to bend the metal over, and we've got it taped it up to the bike to get a good look at what it's the finished article will look like, and it's looking pretty damn good. So there we go, that's what we'll be looking at when it's finished.
Obviously with a nice neat little hood on the top of there. Keep it looking cushy.
Nice. Job well done, sir.